John Garrett, what a great place you've got here. And San Antonio is truly one of my favorite cities in America. Tell me some about it.
You know, it's a wonderful city I call home. I was born here, raised here, and I get to have my professional career here. I have been blessed. I got family here. But San Antonio is one of the most unique cities in the country. And I'm not just saying that because I live here. We constantly hear that from people who either come to visit or people who come and visit and then return because they want to live here. It is a culture, it is an environment, it is an energy like no others in Texas, much less in the United States. We famously have said, or we have heard, that even Mark Twain has listed it as one of his most unique cities in the United States, and we have to agree with him.
Yeah. What makes it unique?
You know, it's the first and foremost, it's the diversity and the cross section of cultures that come into San Antonio. I believe that San Antonio is the way the United States is going to be in the next 40 years. That divergence of not only from a demographic standpoint of the mix of races and ethnicities that we have here, but the mix of economics and the mix of the total population together is something that San Antonio is very unique in, and it's established itself in a very unique way as well. San Antonio is not one to follow the trends. San Antonio is going to follow what's right for San Antonio, and it's been something that continues to this day.
That's great. I think you've got the best Riverwalk in the country. I've been to a lot of them.
Sure.
And of course, the Alamo is just fantastic. I mean, you've got some real iconic sites here too.
Oh, absolutely. And the Alamo remains to be the most visited cultural icon here in San Antonio, together with our missions. And the missions within itself have been around even just as long as the Alamo. And it predates much even the United States itself. The establishment of this part of Texas was indeed an important establishment for, at that time, Spain. And they did so through these missions. And these missions themselves are still, the structures are still standing. Here they are, over 250, 300 years later.
That's amazing. So tell us about the transit system, Via, and why is it called Via?
So Via is Spanish for go. And,
okay.
I think that name really encompasses what San Antonio is about, because it embraces its culturalism and embraces, the name Via does just that. And Via, go. And that's what we're about. We're about connecting people to their opportunity, connecting people to the growth and success that they have identified as what is important for them. That is also something that we take in the transit industry in general, but in San Antonio, that we're connecting people to what matters to them, not to what matters to Via, but what matters to them. And doing so every day, and doing so with a promise that Via is going to do it well.
Tell me about the system itself, the modes, how many vehicles you have, where it goes, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, we're the largest system that doesn't have rail in the United States.
Okay.
So we're mainly a bus system. We do have microtransit, and of course we have paratransit as well. We have about 510 buses. We have 6 Via Link zones, our microtransit zones, and of course over 130 paratransit vans that we have. We 31 million passenger trips last year total on this system, and it's growing exponentially because we're in a unique position that we're adding service back into our system, and as we're adding service into our system, we're growing ridership along with that service. We had just started receiving this past January a new 1/8 cent sales tax. So as soon as that sales tax started coming in January, we started spending it and started putting service out on the street to improve the system.
Tell me about the microtransit service. How does that work?
So the microtransit service is we call that Via Link service. It operates very much like a ride share, very much like Uber and Lyft within defined zones. And just as you interact with rideshare, you're interacting with it through an app. And this app is connecting you to the most available service. In these cases, it will be Dodge Caravans that will come around and pick you up at virtual stops. And the virtual stops are typically anywhere between 150 to 300 feet from where you're standing.
Okay.
And then it will get you to within 300 feet or 150 feet of your destination as well. And it's within that zone. If you want to travel outside that zone, that vehicle will then take you to a transfer location, and in that transfer location will put you onto the fixed route bus service to get you cross town. we have seen in the past year 33% ridership gains on those microtransit systems that we have. We put nearly 1 million passengers through microtransit last year.
Wow, that's
And-
amazing.
And it took us 4 years to reach the first million. We reached the second million in 1 year. So we're going to see that exponential growth continuing alongside the growth that we have on our fixed route service as well.
So if I'm a visitor to your town,
Yeah.
like so many people come here, I can ride that too? I don't have to be a resident?
We have established in the downtown zone, which covers the Alamo and our wonderful Riverwalk and the Pearl District as well, a microtransit zone, our downtown link zone. So that downtown link zone is available for anybody to log on. All they need to do is do an app. We also have a phone number if they want to do it from a telephone call as well. But through the app is a real easy way, and they can do that. And while it's a rideshare experience, it's at a via price, as we call it. So it's at $1.30 one way.
Wow.
Because we charge the same amount for fare on our microtransit as we do on our fixed route. So we're in a county called Bexar County, Bexar. Usually Northerners will call it Bexar County.
Yeah.
But Bexar County, and that within itself is about 2 million. 2.1 million. Within San Antonio proper, it's about 1,300,000, 1,400,000. We just learned this week that we have overtaken Philadelphia, I'm almost sure, as the 6th largest city in the United States.
Really?
Because again, the ability for San Antonio to keep growing and adding population, because we don't have necessarily limits to that, but that's the population. And the size and scope of San Antonio is very unique. While there's metroplexes and metropolitan areas that are larger, but with the city itself, we're the 6th largest city in the United States.
That's amazing.
Like we said, the secret's out now of San Antonio, and we grew. We have grown in the last 4 years the fastest of any metropolitan area in the United States.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And how long have you been in this position?
So I've been in the CEO position 1 year and 2 months, but I've been with VIA 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you the first Hispanic to get this position?
I am very proud to carry that distinction. And just recently, the Hispanic Chamber was honoring, also Hispanics are leading the electric service company, we call it CPS Energy, and also the San Antonio Water System, and then VIA. So all three of us are
like
are
utility
Hispanic.
services.
Yeah, all the utilities, all the basic needs that one has being run by Latinos.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I understand you have a lot of interesting bits of history here, including like the first traffic light, and Rosa Parks was here, and all kinds of interesting things.
And it comes from one of the big moments, and it still is a big moment for San Antonio in general. One of the nicknames you may have heard in looking at coming to San Antonio is Military Town USA.
Yes.
We have and still have a great military presence. At one time, it was 6 or 7 bases and posts, and between the Air Force and the Army. Fort Sam Houston is one of the oldest Army posts in the country. In fact, when Geronimo was captured, he was held at Fort Sam Houston. Teddy Roosevelt, when he was recruiting his Rough Riders to go down to Cuba, he was recruiting them from here, and he was stationed at Fort Sam Houston, and would go down and do his Rough Rider legend, as we call it. And so there's a lot of history with the military. In fact, the Alamo, it's a military history. The Alamo is an arms depot. It was where the military kept and stored their munitions and kept and stored their food that they would utilize to go and distribute to the other forts that are along the border between us and Mexico. So for many, many years in our history, it's been military, and the military grew. We even had, at one point, a role in the Apollo missions where astronauts were trained here in San Antonio before they went and got into the space program as well. And that within itself, and having that big military presence, of course, has impacted our culture. And that's what, talking about our culture and how diverse it is, that's another big piece. That's a big moment of culture here in San Antonio. And the size and scope of the military is still ever present, and we're thankful for that.
Yeah, my dad was stationed here in Korean War.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep. So.
And anybody going through basic training in the Air Force is going to come through San Antonio. You're going to go through
he was in the
Lackland.
Air Force.
There you go.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, very good. Well, thanks. I can't wait to have you show me around some and see some of the great sights here.
Absolutely. Look forward to it.
Paul, good to see you again. We're on
Thanks,
the bus.
man.
We're leaving here from the Grand, and we're headed to our main Via bus yard.
Okay, yeah. And you're the deputy CEO.
Yes,
What's
sir, I
that
am.
mean? What do you do?
I get a chance to carry out some of the things that our CEO and our board puts in play. I get a chance to work with a lot of customers, a lot of people inside the office. But more importantly, we make sure that we get all our core values done in a good way and have a lot of fun while we do it.
I love the fun part. Now, your story is pretty unique, Tremell. I got a friend, Donnie, who works down in Cap Metro in Austin, very similar. You started as an operator, right?
I sure did.
Tell me a little of that story.
When I first came to VIA, I started off as a bus operator, drove the bus for a while, and then I went over to paratransit, became bilingual in both service modes, and then I made my way into the training department, then to manager's training, and then all the way up to vice president of safety and security, and then finally in this position, deputy CEO.
That's amazing, man. So tell me about the place we're going to go to. What comes out of there?
So the place that we're going to is our main fixed route bus yard. Over there, we house almost 500 buses. We, at one point, were the largest facility to operate out of one footprint. So all of our routes, do all of our pullouts from there. Since so, we've built a facility for our paratransit vehicles that we know as the VTOC. And that's in the northern part of the city. But where we're going is the heartbeat of where VIA does its daily service. We actually can fuel 10 buses every 10 minutes. We service about 360 buses. You get a chance to see our original maintenance facility. It was built back in the 40s. Back in the 40s, they had the forethought to have 44 different garage bays that are there. But we're growing, like our service, and so we're looking forward to continue to grow from here.
Yeah, the city's like big time growing, right?
Big time explosion.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people coming from all sorts of places, and we're here to move them, and it's working pretty good. Again, we still have a lot of fun doing it, but it's what we do.
About how many employees do you have?
We're about 2,200 employees.
Okay, very good.
And so we have a growing administrative department also, got transit police, safety, a number of agents like that, but we've got a lot going on here.
Tell me about your police department.
Our police department, we just got a brand new chief, Chief Joseph Rose. He spent a lot of time in the industry. He's from Brooklyn. He drove for New York MTA, also worked at UMATA, drove there, went into law enforcement, continued through his growth, made his way down here to San Antonio. So we're glad to have him here. We've got 60 sworn officers and about 110 transit security officers that help augment that service as well.
That's great. What about paratransit? Is that operated at a different garage?
It is.
Okay.
It used to be at the garage that we're going to, but that was our first expansion to go into another footprint, and that's our VTOC facility. Our paratransit services operates well. We've got about 115 vans that operate out of there, and they all deadhead from there and serve the entire community.
Do you operate that yourself, or do you contract that out?
It's partial inside. We have inside, and we also contract through MV also.
Another Texas-based organization based out of Dallas. That's good.
What you'll see when we get there is one of our old buses. It's a Dreamliner bus.
Oh yeah,
it's a
yeah.
very old bus.
Tell me about that.
And without dating myself, when I actually first started driving here, we used to have to drive those on school runs. And so when the RTS buses came out from the industry and started becoming made, then we started to drive those. So I literally actually drove this bus when we first started when I was a part-time bus operator.
That's great.
So this is our CNG facility here. Very vibrant, very busy, largest one in North America. Here we fuel all of our vehicles each night. We can fuel at a high rate where we can do 10 buses every 10 minutes.
Wow.
And so on a general weeknight, we're servicing about 398 buses for the next day's service. And so what you'll find about this location here is it's located right in a portion of the yard that has a lot of traffic. It's very busy around there. But with that said, we also have a security station right next door. So we're making sure we keep everything that way that we should do. CNG is a great gas to burn. It's very good, low emission, low NOx, and it works well with our community. It's always good for the environment as well.
Yeah, you have heavy supplies here in Texas, right, of CNG?
Absolutely, we have a very robust
Yeah,
supply.
I love CNG. So what's the story here?
So San Antonio, let me just say, when we're talking about the history of San Antonio has a river that runs through downtown, and it's
Right.
very much
The Riverwalk.
right.
Yeah.
And it was the river, it was the water that attracted the first settlers here. So that's why we also have a mission, and San Antonio was established even before the United States was established, is because the availability of water that was here. Well, some of that water actually originates from a spring that comes through our bus yard, and we call this here San Pedro Spring, and it originates out of the park right across the street here, and it flows through our bus yard. It continues on through downtown.
Amazing.
If you have a moment to go take it in, the community invested nearly $500 million in the San Pedro Creek flow all the way through downtown and made it kind of a second Riverwalk, which has been a very unique feature that we have downtown now.
So this feeds the river.
It does.
So could we say that San Antonio was built around the bus yard?
We'll say it.
All right, good. So we just walked across this park. Well, you were telling me something about this park. What's the deal on the park?
It is the second oldest public park in the country.
Wow.
Only Boston Commons is older than the San Pedro
That's
Springs
amazing.
Park. Yeah.
Yeah. Just over there is the bus garage
That's
we
right.
came from, where like the spring was at that feeds into the San Antonio River. So this is kind of like a historic
Yeah.
spot here. And I understand this is pretty historic too.
Yeah.
One of the oldest playhouses in the state.
In Texas, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great park. Whenever we get a lot of rain here, it actually has springs running through it. You can see the water popping up. So it's a cool old park, just to visit here in San Antonio.
That's awesome. So tell me about your role here, and I understand you have a bus rapid transit or
right.
something equivalent to it coming soon.
There you go, yeah. So I'm the Vice President over Planning and Development. So I do all things planning for VIA, and including construction. So it's one of the reasons I came over to VIA is because we were in the process of securing our money from the federal government to build this project. And I came from the city where I did nothing but a bunch of public works projects. I worked in the Development Services Department, where I was responsible for all things construction.
Oh, so you're perfect to head this up.
Yeah, so I saw, this. It's just, this is really a transformative project for San Antonio. We're a city where I think 50% of the people that ride VIA don't own a car. So this project can really transform us. It's going to be super fast, the fastest, most reliable line that we're going to have. So that really attracted me to VIA. I thought if I could just go build something like this, this is going to really make a difference, and transform our city. And it's going to make it easier for folks just to get around and just, get to work, to school.
Yeah.
Go to see your doctor.
Right.
That's
So
what
it's
people
bus
use.
Rapid Transit. What sets it apart from your regular bus routes?
So we're going to have dedicated lanes.
Okay.
That's for anybody riding the bus, we're going to have a dedicated lane. How you pay is going to be different. You're going to prepay. So when the bus stops, you're just going to walk right on.
Very nice.
So we're not going to spend a lot
Like
of time.
light rail.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not a lot of time, stopping. People won't see this, but behind the scenes, the bus is going to talk to the signal. So if we get behind, we're going to get priority to cross,
That's great.
cross the signal faster than others. But really, that's what sets us apart. It's a dedicated lane. It's also going to have the highest frequency or the best frequency of all of our lines. It's going to come every 10 minutes. So if you miss it,
Oh, that's beautiful.
10 minutes,
You don't need a
another bus.
schedule.
That's
you
right.
just sit there like a train.
That's right.
Yeah. And what's it? The Green Line?
It's called the Green Line. That's right.
And when will it be in service, do you think?
It'll be in service April 2028.
All right.
So we're just started. We just kind of broke ground construction. We're moving a lot of utilities right now. If you go visit San Pedro, it's kind of where we're standing out here.
It'll
you may
come
see
here?
some. Right. It's going to run by San Pedro, right by our bus barn that you just saw. And
And where's it going to go?
it's going to go. It starts basically the north side. It's going to run by the airport.
Okay.
It's going to run all along historic neighborhoods, the Monte Vista neighborhood. Right here where we're standing. It's going to run by San Pedro Springs Park. There's a nice community college, SAC, right across the street here. And it's going to run into the downtown area. And then it's going to take you south down into the Mission Zone.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, great.
All the hot spots for tourists.
Absolutely. All the hot spots for tourists. Someone can, theoretically come fly into the airport and catch the Green Line all the way downtown to their hotel.
That's great, man. Yeah. Well, that'll be very exciting. I love it. And 10-minute headways. Doesn't get much better than that.
No, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations,
Fabulous.
brother, and
Yeah.
good luck on all
Well,
that.
thank you.
How are you?
I'm great.
William Cortez.
Hey, William. This is your family place. I understand it's like a piece of San Antonio. Like, it's all about this.
Yes, well, welcome to Mi Tierra. We're right here in the historic Market Square in San Antonio, Texas, and we're glad that you're here.
Thank you. Tell me about this place. And your family's been here for 85 years?
Yes, 85 years. My great-grandfather was an immigrant from Guadalajara, and he came to this country in the late 1920s. His mother passed away when he was very young, and his father wanted him to have a motherly figure in his life, so he sent him to live here in San Antonio with his aunt. And he worked at a grocery store that she owned around the corner from here. And he would come to this three-table cafe and eat lunch. And one day the owner said, "Hey, I can't do this anymore. Do you want to buy it?" He said, "Well, for how much?" And he said, $150. He said, "Well, that's a lot of money, but let me see what I can do." So he went back to his aunt and he asked her for a loan, and she lent him the money. And he purchased the 3 tables in 1941.
Wow.
And he operated that for 10 years on a month-to-month lease, and then purchased the building next door, and that's when he renamed it to Mi Tierra.
Okay.
And so now we're 4 generations of family running the business, and this is our 85th year.
That's amazing. And this is a lot where a lot of activity happens in this block, right, for Fiesta?
A lot of activity for Fiesta. It's one of our busiest times of the year.
That's amazing, man. And what is your restaurant famous for?
So we're famous for our fajitas, very famous for the fajitas. My grandfather went to Mexico and actually discovered it at a restaurant in Monterrey, and he saw it on a sizzling platter, and he introduced the sizzling fajitas to the United States.
Wow. That's awesome. And what about drinks? You got any famous drinks?
Definitely our award-winning Zapata margarita.
All right. I think I want to try that.
My favorite.
Yeah. That sounds great, man. And so what's it like day to day here? You just have like, what's the movement in here? You've got lots of different rooms, and tell us about how this is laid out and what happens day
Absolutely.
to day.
So right now we're in the mariachi bar.
Okay.
It's very famous. But the rest of the restaurant, we have an enormous mural that's been there since the late 80s, early 90s, and
Okay.
it's been worked on by 2 different artists, Jesus Garza and Robert Ituarte. And so it's a huge mural of a lot of different influential Latinos that have made contributions not only in our community, but also nationally recognized individuals as well.
That's awesome, man.
And so one of our newest members that we just put on the mural was Justice Sonia Sotomayor. So the mural is like I told the Justice when she visited us, it's like a constitution that's a living, breathing, document. This is a living and breathing wall. And so people go up, but they can also come off.
Uh-oh. I don't want to ask you who you've taken off. But that's interesting, huh? And some of the leaders of the local Fiesta get on there, I understand?
There are a couple of ex-kings on the wall. Fernando Reyes and Henry Munoz are also on the wall.
That's great. Well, good. I hope we get a chance to see that before we go. And I can't wait to try your food and drink here. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for visiting.
Thanks, William. It's awesome, man.
Thank you.
All right, William, you brought me some of your finest. Tell me what we got here, brother.
Yes, so we have, this is our deluxe plate, and it has a little bit of everything. So we have our refried beans, our Spanish rice, a beef picadillo crispy taco, guacamole, and our famous beef fajitas. And then we have a Tex-Mex cheese enchilada and a pork tamal.
All right. Now, with this here, normally I would dip my chips in the guac. What do I do here? It's already in a big chip.
Yeah, so it's meant to get a little bit messy. So you just want to break it off and kind of scoop the guacamole, and then kind of get you a little bit of everything.
Uh-huh. Oh, baby, that's good. I love that. Let me try this fajita, too. Anything special about this, how it's made or anything?
So we marinate our fajitas for 2 days.
Really?
Yes.
What kind of steak is it?
I can't tell you everything.
Ah, family tradition, huh? Flame broiled, right?
Yes, sir.
Definitely flame broiled, not fried. I can tell. It's got some great spices. It like hit my mouth like a flavor parade. That was really good, Jim. Excellent stuff. Good stuff. So if you come here, you gotta try this plate. What's it called again?
The deluxe plate.
The deluxe plate. You gotta try it. Excellent, brother. It's a great restaurant. Thanks for coming out with us.
No, hey, anytime anybody invites me to Mi Tierra, the answer is always yes.
So William was telling me there's a big thing called Fiesta that's around here. Tell me about that.
So Fiesta is this moment every year that this community celebrates its culture and its heritage. It's 10 days. It is actually designed around Texas' independence from Mexico, and that celebration of Texas' independence. But it has become a cultural effort by this entire community to come together and pull for those underprivileged. Because what Fiesta really is, we call it's a party with a purpose.
Okay.
And it's a party with a purpose where there's a lot of underwriting going on of different things, whether it's scholarships or whether it's underwriting children's museums or whether it's underwriting, you name it. There's a lot of that kind of effort. But the events, and we're in the middle of one of the events, this restaurant, that we call every year, and it's a 10-day event called Noche de los Reyes.
Okay.
So it's the Night of Kings. And it's the Night of Kings where for 10 days, an organization comes in and runs Market Square. And you have food booths, and you have libations, and you'll have lots of fun, but you're raising money. And that money that you're raising, in this case, what we're doing, and I say we because I'm part of the group that does this, the Consejo organization, is we raise money for college scholarships. So any San Antonio student that's graduating from high school can apply for these scholarships. And then these scholarships can go to any university in the nation. We've had scholarships to Harvard, we've had scholarships to Stanford, we have scholarships, you name it, up and down, United States.
Is there like a parade like
Yes.
New Orleans has and all that?
We got River Parade, we have the night parade, and we have the day parade. Which one am I forgetting? Oh, the King William Parade. So the biggest ones are the night parade and the day parade. Those roughly bring in about 400, 500,000 spectators.
Wow.
That will come in and watch those two parades. The night parade is along the river, and the parades are on the barges, or at least the individuals are on the river barges, and they come through, and
that's cool.
And folks line up the rivers as well. But those are also moments that there's organizations that are putting on those parades in order to raise money for their particular purpose.
Now, what's this Rey Feo thing I'm hearing about?
So Rey Feo, as you say it, Rey is king.
Okay.
Feo is ugly.
Ugly king.
Ugly king. King ugly, right? Ugly
What's that
king.
about?
So that is a special monarch of Fiesta that this community has established.
Okay.
So there's official royalty of Fiesta.
Okay.
I mean, it is an ordinance by the city that says here are the official kings of Fiesta. And Rey Feo is one of those. And we actually have a Rey Feo here that you're going to talk to in a bit. But I am also a former Rey Feo 10 years ago.
Wow.
So I had that distinction of being that royalty of Fiesta and enjoying that moment, but doing it for an incredible cause.
That's great. So you're kind of like the grand marshal of the parades and things like that.
It's similar to that, but it's those moments of where a big chunk of what we do is we go visit schools because we're in scholarship mode and we're out promoting scholarships. We will go to a number of schools. I know I voted. I was 67. I was Rey Feo 67.
Okay.
I went to 67. I went to.
Don't start.
I did it. And I went to 67 schools, right, and visited 67 schools.
That's awesome, man.
But these are schools, I mean, from kindergartens to even high schools, right? Because we're promoting that opportunities for those kids. We want them to know about the brand. And this brand is beloved in this community. There's a story behind Rey Feo and why it's called Rey Feo, but I'm going to suggest that the current Rey Feo describe that to you because it's very significant to our culture here in San Antonio.
That's awesome. All right, Rey Feo.
How you doing?
Good to meet you, King.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so tell me about all this. This is amazing, and I love this is amazing, man. Feel like I'm in the presence of royalty.
Well, as Rey Feo, as Rey Feo started really as a little bit of a spoof, but I mean, it was an issue of, goes back all the way to Spain and France. It came to Mexico to, the Festival of St. Mark's, and here it came to San Antonio. What it was that's why our other nickname is the People's King, right? And so that's why the event here that we have at Market Square for the Fiesta de los Noches de los Reyes is free. It's a free event, and this, so it's for the people. And so the monarchs had lost touch with the people. So the people came out with Rey Feo.
Their own king.
Their own king.
The ugly king.
The ugly king. So the monarch would not have any disdain, toward the people and punish them. So, they have their ugly king, and that's okay. We could deal with that.
Yeah.
And so that's how it kind of started.
That's great. And what do you do in your day job, I guess?
Well, I'm a physician. I'm a psychiatrist. And, my office is just right down the street. And, having it here at Mi Tierra, this is an institution here in San Antonio, and it's a incredible place to eat and really for even families to meet. And it's just not just the food. There's a market and everything else. It's a great center of the city.
So tell me about the guys next to you. Do you have like a court of guys that are gals that are helping you?
Yes. So we do have some ladies on the court that are not here right now, and my wife is part of it. She's the royal consort, but I have my executive. This is Raul B. Rodriguez, and he's an attorney, and we always say Raul is real. We have Tony Zamora. He's my advance minister. He's a realtor at Keller Williams. He works here and in Laredo, and so so the whole business is we're also consejos, and so I'm the first king to have the entire court as consejos, and the consejos means counsel.
Okay.
Right? They counsel the king. So the consejos started as prominent businessmen to support the king, because what's happened is, and John Gary is a great example. I mean, 10 years ago, we keep raising the bar as far as our fundraising for education. And so the king really can't do it on his own any longer. And so he gets help from our ministers who do this. And plus, it starts to become a full-time job. I mean, all the events.
What will it be like for you? We're here about a month before it starts. In April's when it happens, right? What will your life be like then? What will you be doing?
I mean, we actually close all of our businesses.
Okay.
And we move into a hotel.
Really?
And so because it's all day.
Wow.
For those 10 days, we probably average about 10 to 15 events. So we make appearances at all these events to help promote the event.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so, so part of it is like we also give back to the community, because hopefully we're beloved by the community, and so they want to come and see the king and his court. And so we help actually even promote some of these events. So, well, here, I want to give you a special medal. This is our VIP medal. And on the medal, you see some torches.
Yes.
Okay. So part of our message is this torch. A torch means scholastics. See the two torches here on each side? And that, means scholarship, right? But a torch is also something that you pass on. My father was Rey Feo, 44. John Gary was 67. He passes the torch on to us as a responsibility to our community and to the kids of San Antonio.
Oh, that's great.
But the key is the flame, right? So we are here to motivate, inspire, and ignite this flame within your heart for the curiosity of learning. And so we go to the schools. We have some coal sparks. We also have, we have a torch. We ask the kids to see if they're curious and want to learn. We spell out what torch means to them, and they light the flame. And then so we go and we light a flame for them to stay at the school, and we challenge them to keep that flame bright and burning so they will continue to learn and be curious and become the best versions of themselves, right? That's the important thing. We're not here to compare, you know what I mean? But we're here to motivate you and inspire you to be the best version of yourself.
That's wonderful.
So this is for you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah.
I'll wear it with pride.
Yes.
That's great.
Good morning, Paul. Welcome to Pizza Taco House here in San Antonio, Texas.
All right.
This is a carne asada cheese taco. We're more famous about carne asadas. And also brought out to feature our street tacos, the Pete style. So it's going to have fajita with chorizo mixed in with it with some white cheese on top. It gives it an extra kick.
Excellent.
And then again, our famous carne asada. We've won awards with this. And it's Mexican rice, beans.
All right.
And here we have our potato and egg and bean and cheese tacos.
All right, so this is the breakfast taco, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so now do I put a little red sauce on it?
Yes,
Is
the
that
mild
idea?
sauce will be great
This
on
is
that.
mild, the green is a little hotter, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, we'll let you try that. All right, let's give ourselves a try of the breakfast taco. Hey, baby, that does the trick.
Very good.
Put it all in one bite, yep.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So tell me, your mom started this place, your grandmom?
My mother, yes.
mother,
She started it back in 1978, and we've been family owned and operated since then. She's done one hell of a job getting
Wow.
going. Yes.
And when did you get involved?
I got involved in 2015.
Okay.
Retired from my previous job, and mother started needing help here, so I was finishing up grad school, so it was kind of my little project in school.
Excellent.
Yes.
Was it always named Pete's Taco?
Yes, it's been Pete's Taco House.
So she named it for you.
Yes, sir.
That's
Well,
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why has it got a K in it for
So it's
taco?
got a K. So my mother used to be a manager for this gentleman called, his name was Tink Helsel, and she would manage the restaurants that he would open. And on the 5th restaurant they opened, after about a year of operation there, they offered it to my mother to run. So we
Okay.
kind of kept the K in taco just to kind of commemorate him
Yeah.
and honor him. Yeah, he's since passed, but
It's
everybody
very
asked.
distinctive, right?
Yeah, it's very
I like that.
distinctive and it's very different. So when people try to look for a name, I mentioned it's Pete's Taco House with a K.
Okay. Now we're getting ready to come up to Fiesta season here, and I see you've got your medal on. Is that one for this restaurant?
Yes, it's Fiesta medals are a thing for Fiesta. April 16th to the 26th is going to be Fiesta this year, and we're actually fortunate enough that the parade's going to actually run in front of our restaurant this year again. So we're very blessed with that because that brings in so many people into our city. And I'd like to present you with a medal ourselves.
Oh, look at
So
that.
so the medal we designed, my mother's a big fan of butterflies.
Okay.
So Robert, my manager, designed this medal for this year, and we also kept our little logo on the bottom.
Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, so every year
Ah.
we design these around September, October because it takes a while to get them in.
That's great.
So, yeah.
So now I can start to build out my menagerie of medals while
Yes,
I'm here.
sir. It's a huge thing in San Antonio, I'll tell you what.
That's great. Well, this is an amazing looking breakfast, Pete. I can see why they told me if you want to get tacos for breakfast, come to Pete's.
Yes, yes.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. Gregg, we're here on the Riverwalk, man. This
Yes,
is
sir.
what San Antonio, other than the Alamo, is most famous for.
Absolutely, yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Tell me about it.
Well, the Riverwalk was in the 20s. The country was kind of not feeling good, right? And so they came up with something called the WPA, Works
Right.
Project Association, and I think association, and they had to put people back to work. So they turned what was going to become just a drainage ditch into a beautiful Riverwalk. There had been a
Wow.
guy named Hugman that had been pitching the city for easily 20 years on exactly how they wanted to make it like the place in Italy. What is it?
Oh, yes,
Florence, yeah.
yes.
And the Riverwalk with parks and so this is actually a linear park. It's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It goes miles, doesn't it?
Well, it does actually.
Yeah. But the main part is how long?
the
would you
main
say?
part is probably a mile.
That's what I
okay?
thought.
Which is a lot of Riverwalk.
Yeah.
So-
I think it's the best Riverwalk in America. I've been to a bunch of them. I love it here. And we're at your restaurant, Rita's.
Yes, indeed.
So tell
Yeah.
me about your restaurant right here on the Riverwalk.
Well, indeed. We started this, more than 20 years ago. And I know that because I signed some papers on the day that my son was born.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
My son Gregory was born. So it was really fun to get, to kind of remember it. People say, when did it start? And I think the only reference I have is when my son was born. So
That's
it's
right.
good.
Yeah. So tell me
Yeah.
about your restaurant.
Okay, well, we serve really good Tex-Mex food. I had some partners a few years ago that had this idea to do this thing, and so we joined with them, and then little by little it took it on, and
Yeah.
now my wife runs most of it, and my daughter's just joined us. In fact, there she is over there,
All right.
and so it's
a family affair.
It's an absolutely family affair.
And
It's a very, very large place.
So this is a great party place.
It is a
bring,
party place.
Bring all your friends when you come down here and hang out here at Rita's. Huh?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So tonight is St. Patrick's Day.
It is,
We're filming
it is.
here. Yeah. And the place is filled with a great live festive atmosphere.
It is.
Yeah.
You're also very fortunate to come during spring break, because spring break is a lot of people here anyway, but even better when it's St. Patty's Day on spring break.
Yeah. And now a month from now, you guys will go into the Fiesta.
Correct.
And last night,
Oh.
I got this medal from the
Yes.
Rey Feo,
Yes.
who gave it in this morning with Pete's Tacos. So this is
Okay.
a big deal here, right?
It
The
is, it is.
Yeah, tell me about that.
So there's two organizations One is many, but
Yeah.
It's all about fundraising. You know,
Yeah.
we have a big rodeo every year.
Okay.
Massive things. One of the third largest in the country.
Wow.
It's all about fundraising. It's all about scholarships, that sort of thing.
Right.
Then Rey Feo was patterned after the Cavalier King and the King Antonio. King Antonio, and they raised money for scholarships.
Right.
And then Rey Feo means the Ugly King.
Right.
And so the Ugly King was sort of coming on along behind, but it's all about raising money for scholarships.
That's
For
great.
young people. It's really good.
That's good. Well,
Yeah.
I can't wait to dig into some of your famous Tex-Mex food here.
You will
and
enjoy it.
the festive atmosphere.
So there's a couple of things I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
I was pondering how it was that I could promote it best.
Okay.
And so I kind of got this idea. I'll say God gave it to me.
Yeah.
That say it's where we take my friends from out of town. So I can, in good conscience, say where I take my friends from out of town and sign it as I have in all my signs.
That's great.
Because it's where I take my friends from out of town.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that's a good catch slogan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the folks from Via brought me their friend here
terrific.
tonight too, so they're
Okay.
bringing their friends from out of town here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, thank you so much, Gregg.
Thank you.
We look forward to enjoying
Appreciate it.
your festive atmosphere and your great food.
Absolutely. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And I encourage everyone, when you come here to San Antonio, come down to the Riverwalk and have a meal at Rita's.
It's good. Thank you a lot.
All right,
Appreciate
see
it.
This is great, Elise. I just had breakfast here. It was delicious.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell me about your place.
Bakery Lorraine has been open for over a decade now. We have 6 locations. We bake everything at a central kitchen called our commissary,
Okay.
which is about half a mile from here.
Okay.
It's made fresh every single day.
Nice.
We have a crew of probably about 35 people at the commissary, and in total about 160 employees.
Very nice.
We specialize in French patisserie,
Okay.
and then
Which is different because I've been eating Tex-Mex the whole time I've been here, so I like that. Yeah.
good. Yeah, the macarons are a favorite of everyone's. My favorite is the canale. It's this little pastry. It's like a honey and kind of has a little bit of a rum flavor. It's delicious.
When we're done, let's go in and get one.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be good. That's cool. And so what's the story? I understand you all have a pretty unique story.
Yes, so it started with 2 bakers from San Francisco. They came over to San Antonio and started baking out of their home kitchen, making croissants and macarons. So yeah, they opened up in the little house on Grayson and then quickly opened more locations at the Medical Center, La Rim, La Cantera, and then we moved up to Austin at the Domain.
Oh, nice.
And then recently, in the past 4 years, we opened in Bernie, Texas.
You're taking over the state.
Eventually.
That's
yeah.
great. Yeah. Well, thank you for having us in today. It was a great place to have breakfast. I encourage folks who come here to find the Pearl and find their restaurant.
Thank
Bakery
you.
Lorraine.
Thank you.
Well, Paul, welcome to the CIA here in San Antonio. And it's not the CIA you're thinking of at Moso. This is the Culinary Institute of America.
Okay.
Our 3rd campus. We're really proud to be here in San Antonio. The CIA put their roots down here almost, 15 years ago. And this is the culinary center of our community at Pearl Brewery. So we're excited to see how the commitment of locals have embraced the culinary arts, and our food scene here in San Antonio is exploding. So a lot happening here, and we have now on campus close to 500 students.
Wow.
Yes. So we've doubled the capacity of our student enrollment.
And you're teaching them how to be chefs.
Well, the CIA, continues to be the premier culinary institute in the world, right?
Okay.
I'm a proud graduate. I graduated in '89 from the New York campus. This is our 3rd campus, but it's a very comprehensive platform to take young students, young inspired culinary students into the profession.
Gotcha.
And it's grown immensely. There's so much growth in our industry. Food is at the center of so many important things. And the hospitality industry has just exploded. I mean, our food scene here in San Antonio is, now we are a UNESCO City of Gastronomy, which is, who would imagine?
That's great. This is great to be here. I think I told you, Anthony Bourdain is one of my great influences of doing this show. And I know you went to the same school, and the CIA, he talks a lot about that. But I understand in addition to helping with the campus here, you also have a restaurant right here in the Pearl.
Yes, so we opened La Gloria, my Mexican restaurant, about 16 years ago, and we introduced Mexican cuisine in a very different way here in San Antonio. So we continue to be the oldest restaurant here. It has become a local favorite here at Pearl, and for visitors and for locals. We're very dedicated to showcasing our local food heritage, our influences of Mexico that are very personal to me, my family. But Mexican food certainly has its time in the spotlight. You can really, San Antonio as a cultural city really focuses so much on La Frontera, the borderland cuisine. But I think that is what makes us special, sets us apart. Our food scene has a lot of flavor, has some heat, and a lot of love.
Well, I can't wait to go try some food over at your restaurant here, but I understand you're also opening a high-end restaurant. Tell me about that.
So we're really excited about Alta Cocina. So our Casa Hernan, I mean, we've been cooking great Mexican food, interior Mexican food, in a very casual setting. Because, I mean, it's celebratory and, it's a very welcoming and friendly cuisine. We are now doing high-end Mexican food, which will be my first time.
Wow.
We're doing Alta Cocina at Casa Hernan in Southtown, part of San Antonio's urban core. And it has this beautiful entry. It is a very charming but classic. And we're going to dive deeper into our Mexican heritage and bring in regional plates and regional cuisines from central Mexico and even from the Yucatan. So quite special, and it's called Casa Hernan Alta Cocina.
That's amazing, man. That's going to be awesome, the high-end restaurant.
Yes, excited. Well, let's show you around.
Okay, sounds good. Chef Jose, this is amazing. You're an associate dean. You're growing the CIA. It looks like, well, what's happening here?
Yeah, so we're expanding the campus. So we went from 200 to 400 students. So we needed to renovate our lecture space to more space, and we're kind of like innovated with audio and visual. And we're also added a floor, a new floor, which is we're adding a cold kitchen and a new bake shop, and just so we can sustain the higher intake of students.
That's great. So I know that San Antonio is a UNESCO City of Gastronomy, and you're helping to pump out students to make sure it stays that way.
Yeah.
People who are experts in the field.
Yeah, so not only students, but also our chefs are usually instructors, are part of the ambassador program.
Oh, cool.
So we're definitely partaking in not only adding students into the culture of UNESCO, but our instructors are also part of expanding and going into our sister cities and talking about it.
All right, so where are we at now?
Well, this is the CIA Bakery Cafe. So this is where our baking and pastry students learn the cafe aspect of it, but from front of the house to production of the baked goods and actually the savory components of sandwiches, soups, salads, and so forth.
Bobby, thanks for having us in here to the House of Champions, babe.
All right, thank you.
This is
Thanks
great.
for letting me be here.
5-time world national champions.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
Yeah. So you've got a pretty unique role here. You're like, part of the community. Former city councilman, District 1, on the board of Via Metropolitan Service, and now here, a big part of the leadership of the Spurs team. What's that like, and how did those roles help prepare you for what you're doing now?
Thanks first for letting me be here and appreciate the time. I'm super blessed, first and foremost, right? Born and raised, went to high school here, raised my family here. I, as you pointed out, served the city in different capacities here, and now a member of this organization. This might be year 13 or 14 for me, and super lucky and excited to be part of what I think is, part of our community's culture. And so that's kind of a lot of fun. So I love it and I enjoy it, and every day is a great day.
Well, even us on the East Coast, I'm from Maryland, we love watching Spurs basketball,
Awesome.
man. You guys are amazing. So you got 19,000 fans in here, a great arena, but now I hear the voters have passed something where you might be moving downtown.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So have a lease ending in 2032.
Okay.
And that'll keep us in this building for almost about 30 years. The community in 1999, decided to build a new arena here on the east side. And so we've been here and we've shared it with the rodeo now for that whole time. And it's been a great facility and it has been home to 4 of those 5 championships. And knock on wood, we're getting close to the playoff cycle. And so hopefully things go well for us. And probably about 5 years ago, we started ideating about what is next. And the exciting thing, we have our ownership group, our lead investor, Peter J. Holt, and his sister, Karina Holt, have always been focused on San Antonio. They run a big San Antonio company in Holt Cat, and this is one of their companies, and their goals were how do we participate and be part of the growth and the future of San Antonio long term. And so we're fortunate to end up in a partnership with the city, the county, eventually UTSA, having a brand new arena and entertainment district in downtown San Antonio. So we're excited about it, right at the base of the tower. And the voters gave us the green light, and so we're on the way to the next steps.
That's great.
It's exciting for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of next steps, why don't we go down on the court and you can talk to me about what it's like to
right.
play here.
All right.
All right, Bobby, we're on the court where the magic happens, man.
Sure, for sure.
Now, when we go down, you were mentioning up there, you might be going downtown in a few years. Where are people going to park when they go to, how are they going to get to the game?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think historically, the Spurs played in the Alamo Dome, a football stadium.
Oh, okay.
And at that point in time, Via was a key component of moving people to the Alamo Dome for Spurs games. When we moved here, we didn't have that as much. So when we go back downtown, we're going to figure out how to partner with our transit leader, Via Metropolitan Transit, and we're hopeful that the Robert Thompson Transit Center gets revised, enhanced, and we are moving people again from all over the community back, not only for Spurs games, but for big downtown events, for concerts, for things happening in H Park. Via's doing it now and did a great job on the last Final Four. That becomes a great model and sample for us to learn from and hopefully implement as we go forward. So we're excited about that future partnership with Via.
I can feel the vibe here, man. This is amazing. What's it like to be on this court in this arena with 19,000 screaming fans on the way to win a world championship like you've done 5 times?
You know, last Friday night we were in here. The game was tight. It was playoff vibe, playoff environment. We've got a new fan section called the Jackals that, you know, Victor has started and encouraged. It's fantastic. The vibe is amazing. The feeling, you can feel it. You can feel where we are today in the building, and you can feel it outside the building. I think our community celebrates like none other, and our community really attaches to the Spurs for playoff time and the hope and the hype that we can get there.
So professional sports are really what I think in many cities unify the town. And the Spurs are obviously woven into the fabric of this community. Talk to me about that.
I think you see the brand in lots of different forms across San Antonio. Some fun ones, right? You know, men and women will cut our logo in the back of their hair.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool. People have asked to have our Spurs brand in crazy places, from tombstones to a tattoo. And so the excitement of the brand is part of the culture and part of the community. I think the vibe that you see in our community, whether it's a river parade, Fiesta's not far away, you will see the Spurs brand take many forms and fashion. I think the Spurs brand is part of San Antonio, and San Antonio is part of the Spurs. They're just two things that are really hard to separate. And I think we're fortunate at that, and we get to live it, and we love it. An amazing part of our community and our culture is art. I think cultural tourism is massive across the United States, but it's really special here. And when you collaborate that with our brand, some of the murals that you see that predate our success and have exploded with our success are in some of the neatest corridors in our community. So you see graffiti art, we have graffiti art throughout our building, and the presence of art, whether they're our facilities or somebody else's, intermingle with the brand, the culture, and it's puro San Antonio.
That's awesome.